Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Road to 180, which is my fitness journey from 240 pounds all the way down to 180 pounds as fast as possible. Last episode, we spoke about choices having consequences. After a refeed day that I had on vacation, I unfortunately weighed in 1 pound heavier than I should have in the previous week. This week, however, we took it by storm, and I am proud to say that my weigh-in as of this beautiful Sunday morning is 205.4 pounds, which is a 4.4 pound decrease from last week. And I gotta say, I'm buzzing. This means that we have just about 25 pounds to go. We are truly in the business end of the cut, and we are imminently approaching the 2/3 mark, which is 200 pounds. I'm buzzing. I honestly am just so excited because this means I'm sorry that I'm fumbling my words here because I'm just I'm on one like DJ Khaled and Drake, but yeah, we're going to be 200 soon. And at the rate that we're currently at, because this is the 13th episode right now, so we've completed 13 weeks of this cut, I've been losing at a rate of 2.66 pounds a week, which if we can keep that consistent, that puts us well within completing this cut by within the next 10, within the next 9 to 10 weeks. So I'm buzzing about that. As always, I will post the progress picture right on the screen here in comparison to the original. And I am starting to notice some striking differences. The lats are coming in a little bit more. Usually, of course, we've already spoken about the delts and the pectoral muscle inserts. But yeah, it's just I think I'm looking good. I'm feeling great. And yeah, the other people that I interact with on a daily to weekly basis are starting to notice a difference as well. So yeah, I'm, again, like I said, I'm buzzing. What did I eat this week? So, like I said last week, we really got to dial it in for these next 10 weeks. So I dialed it in this week. Essentially, it's been 3 liters of water, 5 eggs, and about 600 grams of ground beef. And that's about it. And, oh yeah, and some sugar-free Jell-O, and some diet soda, of course, because you have to have a little bit of sweetness in there. And honey, unfortunately, right now, I thought it was okay, it's too many calories for right now. But yeah, the sugar-free Jell-O has been a blessing just because it is somewhat filling. And without even trying, like I did mention perhaps in a previous video as well, I do have a very short eating window. Like, I'm intermittent fasting without really wanting to. Is this something then that I'm going to keep up long term? Probably not. It all depends on how I feel. Like, once we start reversing the cut, then we'll sort of make a determination about that. But I do notice as well that ever since I'm on this, if I do eat later at night, let's say if I'm going out to supper or if I'm hanging out with friends or something or other, if I eat a little bit later, even if I've budgeted the calories, the weigh-in the next morning's a little bit different. So I kind of want to get back to a non-restrictive eating window. But again, like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So as for an update on my workouts, I will of course post the numbers right on the screen here. And my chest isn't progressing as much as I would like, especially on my incline. But my dips are progressing. We've added 10 more pounds to that, which is good. You'll notice as well that the overhead press is not there this week. I'm doing those machine lateral raises, the one that make you look like a stupid bird when you're doing them. The reason why is just honestly because of availability. By the time that I go to the gym, it's absolutely packed, and I don't want to be standing around for 15-20 minutes while somebody is using a squat rack so I can do my overhead presses. So I figured, okay, let's just go with the availability, because right now, as much as I want to progress with my numbers, and I mean, you'll notice as well that my that my back is actually progressing really nicely. My pull day is progressing nicely. My legs, again, not so much. Don't want to be necessarily a broken record, but I had to do it for at least one segment of these episodes. But yeah, those aren't progressing as much as I would like, and that's just due to a lack of calories. But the reason why you might see some exercises that are different is because, honestly, I just don't want to wait. I'm in maintenance mode. I'm trying to maintain as much muscle as I can right now. And if I can make minor strength gains on this cut, great. If that means that I have to hold at this for the next 9 to 10 weeks, that's great too. And then once I get some extra calories in my body, I can really start to prioritize that. Then that's what we're going to have to do. So the general thoughts on the journey: 25 pounds to go. Holy shit. Like it's a weird form of excitement that you have. It's some I remember my first year of university, interacting with meeting a good buddy for the first time. We were talking about girls, and essentially he's like, yeah, bro, like, I'm talking to this girl, when you have butterflies in your stomach, and he says, yeah. I say, yeah. And he looks at me dead in the eyes and says, bro, dragonflies. And that's how I feel right now. Not just mainly because there is like this huge anticipation for what I'm going to look like at 200, for not just what I'm going to look like, but actually seeing that number on the scale. And then for there to be a 1 in front as the first digit when I hop on the scale. To think that I've been recently thinking about my mindset a couple of years ago, and it's going to be almost 2 years to the day that I started this whole journey. And to be completely honest, it's not that long of a time period, 2 years. But I honestly can't really remember what it's like to be that big, to be 350 pounds, to eat like a savage, to be drinking so much, to just live that unhealthily to me. And yeah, it's kind of eye-opening, really, because it is almost as though I've become a completely different person. And while that's great, at the same time, I'm also I don't want to say it's concerning, but it's just that it's night and day. It's almost as though I've completely eliminated some really, really bad habits, and I've completely eliminated some ways of thinking and justification. And I guess to put a real nail in it is that it feels like I'm properly taking accountability for the first time in my life. And it's, I guess, better late than never, but it's a wonderful feeling, even if it is like, if I do feel a little bit, teeming with nervous excitement. But I've been waxing philosophical. At the risk of rambling, I'll put a pin in it there. This has been the 13th episode of The Road to 180. If you found this informative, entertaining, all of the above, none of the above, drop a like on the video and a comment down below to show your support as well. And consider subscribing as well if you'd like to follow more content like this and other types of content that I produce on my channel. Thank you again for the support. Wouldn't be able to do it without y'all. And yeah, I'll be in touch next week with another update. I hope y'all have a fantastic week. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.